In Chapter 18 of The Mandalorian, we learned that the legendary Mythosaur, a creature long thought to be extinct by the Mandalorians, was in fact still surviving on the now desolate planet of Mandalore. This reality left Bo-Katan Kryze in a precarious position, as she is the only one who saw the beast in the living waters, and she remains unsure about what the continued survival of this species could mean for her people. So what is the significance of the Great Mythosaur, and what could it mean for the future of the Mandalorians? The Mythosaur was a massive species native to Mandalore. As Bo-Katan explains when Din Djarin is preparing to enter the living waters to be redeemed for removing his helmet, the mines of Mandalore once served as a lair for the Mythosaurs, and as we would come to see, that reality held true even after the creatures were deemed to be extinct. Mandalore the Great, one of the very first Mandalorian warriors, was said to have conquered the Great Mythosaur, taming the beast and riding it. This legend would be passed down over generations, leading to the skull signet of the Mythosaur becoming the symbol of the Mandalorian people. In Season 1 of The Mandalorian, Quill reminds Din Djarin that his ancestors once rode the Great Mythosaur, and later on, the Armorer reflects on the songs of eons past, which foretold a time in the future when the Mythosaur would rise again to herald a new age of Mandalore. Before the creation of the Darksaber by the Mandalorian Jedi Tar Vizsla, it was the Mythosaur that served as the ultimate symbol of power for the Mandalorians. With that in mind, it could be that this creature will rise once more to shake up the present ideologies of the Mandalorians, forcing them to reconsider their ways as the symbol of power that is the Darksaber is challenged by the presence of the Great Mythosaur. It is possible that Bo-Katan or another Mandalorian could return to Mandalore in an attempt to tame the beast and then lay claim to the Mandalorian throne. Single-handedly conquering this massive creature, however, is no small task and would likely require a collective effort. And so, with that in mind, what's interesting to consider here is the role that Grogu could play in all of this, as we have seen him use the Force to put giant creatures to rest. And we've also seen other Jedi like Ezra Bridger and to a lesser degree Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker using the Force to calm other animals down, and then potentially riding those animals or working with them for some benefit. And as I consider that, I find myself envisioning a future which sees Grogu riding a Mythosaur and potentially wielding the Darksaber as well, not on a quest to conquer and rule, but in a successful effort to bring peace to the Mandalorians and to rebuild their world under a new way of life, which honors the past but also makes changes that suit the present and the future. In this scenario, we would see a former Jedi doing exactly what a Jedi is supposed to do. By forming a mutually beneficial alliance with the Mythosaur and wielding the Darksaber with the Force as his ally like its creator did, Grogu would finally bring peace to this group of people that has long prided itself on violence and fierce competition. And finally, in taking the Mandalorian throne, Grogu's absence from other Star Wars projects like the sequel trilogy would be explained, while still allowing the opportunity for him to reappear at essentially any time throughout the current timeline and beyond, as he outlives everyone by literal centuries. Now, on that same token, I don't want Grogu to suddenly start appearing in every single Star Wars project there is. I think it's important to use well-liked characters sparingly to prevent fatigue, but having him available as a tool to drive certain stories forward is definitely something worth taking note of. But what do you guys think about all of this? Where do you see Bo-Katan ultimately trying to go with this dilemma, and what do you think Grogu's role will be in the big picture? Comment your thoughts down below and continue the conversation there. I'm going to end this video here, so thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, have a wonderful rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always.